In this video, we are going to talk about how you cut and paste. You may have heard of cut and paste before. It's a really easy way to grab information from one source and dump it into another. Like for instance, if you like something that you see on a web page and you want to email that to someone, but there's no easy way to do that within your browser, all you need to do really is highlight the entire article, copy it, paste it into an email, and send it. So what we're going to go through today is showing you how you would kind of go through that process if you found something that you liked on the web and you wanted to store it somewhere or share it with some of your friends. So the first thing that you have to do when you cut and paste is identify what needs to be cut, pasted. So let's just say to somewhere like AOL.com and find an article that might be of interest. So let's see. Let's try this one. Something's wrong with this signature. So we've come to an article, and let's say that you read this article and you thought that it was interesting. Well, in most places you have the ability to enter an email address to get alerts. You could tweet the article, you could like the article, but let's say that you wanted to send a part of this article that you thought was interesting to a friend, just theoretically. So the first thing that you need to do is identify the part of the article that you want to send. And that kind of fulfills our requirement here of identifying what needs to be cut and pasted. And let's say this paragraph was of interest. So bring your cursor over here to the beginning of the paragraph, hold down your left mouse button, and then just move your mouse down to highlight this entire paragraph. And you want to hold your mouse button down the whole time. You can hold it down, let your mouse button go, and you'll see that this is highlighted. Now after you do this, you have two options. The first is to click your right mouse button, and you are going to see a menu come up that gives you some options, and the option that you want is copy. So click copy, and let me just take you down here. We open up our notepad. So once we open up our notepad, you're going to see here just kind of some blank space. Now what we want to do is paste what we just copied into this blank space. So if you right click your mouse button, you might have to wait a few seconds for a menu to pop up. There you go. You're going to see this menu pop up if you right click your mouse button, and then all you have to do is select paste. So let's do that and see what happens. Paste. There you go. Now another thing you could do is, again, hold down your left mouse button and scroll over all of this text. Right click, and you can either click cut or delete, and you'll see the text disappear. So the most popular ways to copy, cut, and paste are with your mouse button, but you can also use some keyboard shortcuts. So take a look at your keyboard, and you're going to see a little button that says CTRL, and that means control. So if you were to click CTRL and the C key at the same time, that would essentially do the same thing as the copy function. And if you were to hold down CTRL and the V key at the same time, that's going to paste. So let's just try that. Just kind of type something here, and let's hold down our left mouse button and highlight that just like we did a few moments ago. Hold down the control key and then hold down C. Okay? So after you'll do that, you know that you've copied it correctly and it worked if you hold down the control key and V, and there you go, it copies. And if you want to get rid of the last thing that you just did, basically your undo key is, or your undo function is going to be control Z. So you don't necessarily just have to use your mouse buttons, you can also use some keyboard shortcuts to help you out there. So again, those are control C will copy text, control V will paste text, and Control Z will undo. And again, just kind of look through this, do what you're comfortable with. You don't necessarily have to use the keyboard shortcuts or learn that if you're comfortable with using the mouse, but just try to get comfortable with the different ways that you can work with copy using your mouse or the keyboard shortcuts, so you'll find that using copy paste will make your life a lot easier when you're working with text.